All right, ladies, let's talk. Have you ever noticed a guy slowly, awkwardly forcing himself into your world, and somehow, without realizing it, you start sending him signals that you're interested? Not because you actually chose him, but because he was just there. He keeps texting. He keeps showing up. He keeps pressing himself into your space slowly, steadily. And before you even realize what happened, bang, you're suddenly involved with the guy you don't even really like. And you're sitting there thinking, why did I ever start talking to this guy? If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. Because what you just experienced is a very common dating paradox, often called the nice guy trap. Not nice as in kind, but nice as in desperate, over available, and quietly inserting himself into your life. He doesn't win you over with confidence. He doesn't attract you with leadership. He waits, lingers, and slowly positions himself until familiarity feels like attraction. But the scary part, most women don't even notice it's happening until a few weeks later when they think, I'm so tired of this, he's annoying, this feels boring and draining. So if you've ever ended up in a situation like that and wondered how it even started, this is your answer. And once I explain it, you'll never fall into this trap again. Guide. Why letting men choose you is the trap. The biggest red flag most women miss. If a man chooses you before you choose him, that is often the trap. Not always, but often. Why? Because healthy attraction usually starts with mutual interest, not one-sided persistence. The core problem, most women think they don't get to choose. But the reality is, women have hundreds of options. Men face rejection constantly. The illusion is backwards. Women actually have more selection power, not less. How the trap works. Example, let's say you're just living your life. A guy keeps showing up. He texts first every time. He's always there. He slowly takes up space. He subtly blocks other options. You don't choose him. He inserted himself. And over time, familiarity gets confused for attraction. Why this is a red flag. Men who push their way in often rely on attention instead of confidence, availability instead of value, presence instead of leadership. They don't inspire desire. They crowd out competition. That's why many women later say, how did I even end up with this guy? Important reframe. This is not about blaming women. This is about agency. Attraction feels emotional, but selection is a choice. The healthy flip women need to make. Instead of, who's choosing me, ask, who do I actually want? Because when you choose first, you break the illusion. You filter manipulators instantly. You stop confusing effort with value. Why women should not fear rejection. Here's the truth no one says out loud. Men get rejected 10 times up to 100 times more. Rejection is normal. It is not failure, it's sorting. If a man reacts badly to rejection, that was the point of the test. Reality check. Most men are already interested. That's right. There's a 90% chance the guy you might even be in love with or obsessed with actually might be just as obsessed or in love with you. That means you don't need to hope. I hope he likes me. You don't need that. You don't need to be lucky. You don't need to wait. You don't need to be chosen. You need to select. The simple rule: if you didn't choose him, there's a high chance he chose you, because no one else would. And men who rely on positioning instead of attraction, they rarely hold up long term. Final takeaway: stop letting proximity decide your relationships. Stop confusing attention with attraction. Stop giving power to persistence alone. Choose first. That's how you avoid the trap.